So here's the latest plot twist in the January 6th saga. Ray Epps. Now, Ray Epps was the guy seen on video instructing people to go into the Capitol building. But he has since mysteriously disappeared. And while Jacob Chansley, the QAnon shaman, is rotting in a jail cell somewhere for 41 months, or whatever the sentence was, Ray Epps is practically nowhere to be found. But now he's coming out and he's demanding that Tucker Carlson give a formal apology on the air for discrediting Ray Epps. Now, this is a story, a raw story. They got this from the New York Times. If you go to the New York Times site, you have to log in to see these articles. But I'll just give you the meat of what it says here. And this is by Brad Reed. Now, I'm not sure if that's the actual author of the article of the New York Times. As I said, you have to log into their site to read the article. But it says here, Fox News host Tucker Carlson has been sent a letter from an attorney representing Ray Epps, the Trump supporter who says he's been falsely accused by Carlson of being a secret federal agent. Well, Mr. Epps, I'm going to extend an olive branch and request that you come to my channel here on YouTube and come clean. Be honest with the American people. What were you doing at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th? Are you a Trump supporter? Are you ex-FBI? The American people have a right to know. So before you start demanding an apology or wanting to file a lawsuit somewhere, probably because he is low on cash, come to my channel and just be honest with the American people. We have a right to know what happened January 6th. And I watched these clips with Tucker Carlson. He wasn't accusing you of anything, Mr. Epps. He's just trying to find the truth here. And when you've got Jacob Chansley rotting in a jail cell somewhere for 41 months, while you mysteriously go into hiding, and you've had 2 years to tell your story, yeah, there's a question there. The New York Times reports that attorney Michael Teeter has sent Carlson a letter demanding that he retract, quote, past lies he told about Epps on his show. Tucker Carlson didn't say any lies about Mr. Epps, Mr. Teeter. Teeter is also demanding that Carlson deliver his client an on-air apology for falsely smearing him as a government plant sent to provoke an angry mob to storm the United States Capitol building on January 6, 2021. You don't think that's possible? The very fact that Mr. Epps is coming out now and doing this should raise a huge red flag to everybody. He's had 2 years to set the record straight. 2 years. Quote, the fanciful notions that Mr. Carlson advances on his show regarding Mr. Epps' involvement in the January 6th insurrection are demonstrably and already proven, and that's in parentheses, to be false, Teeter wrote, and yet Mr. Carlson persists with his assault on the truth. Mr. Teeter, have you actually sat down and watched the raw footage of what happened on January 6th, the security footage? Which all of it should have been made available to the public. There shouldn't be any committees. There shouldn't be any hearings. You just put this information out there for the American public to see. Now, if you've got to X out or blur out, let's say, a door somewhere in part of this video, okay, fine. For security reasons, I can understand that. But as Tucker Carlson was saying, it was so stupid what they wanted him to do, but he did it anyways. It's like they have this secret cabal in D.C., and you, the American public, who pay their salary with your tax dollars, you're not allowed to know what's going on in D.C. You're not allowed to know what happened January 6th. You have every right to know as an American citizen what happened January 6th. Damn straight we have a right to know because we're paying your salary. So, Mr. Epps, come to my channel. Let me know what happened on January 6th in the comment section below. What do you got to lose? Or are you trying to hide something? So reading down further in the article, it says here, Epps has not yet filed a lawsuit against Carlson or Fox News, although the Times report notes that letters such as the one sent by Teeter are often precursors to formal defamation lawsuits. Epps last year told the House Select Committee investigating the Capitol riots, where he backtracked, that his life had been turned, quote, upside down after he was falsely accused of being an FBI plant. Now, I'm not accusing you of anything, Mr. Epps, but you in your own testimony, go back and check the tape, backtracked on what you said previously and on what you were doing January 6th. So again, why were you there? Why were you telling people on video to go into the Capitol building? And FBI, you need to come clean too. CIA, come clean. Anybody who was involved with January 6th, if you've had plants who were there, you need to come clean and tell me in the comment section below. Hey, I'm not afraid to go after these people and ask them to be honest with us as the American people. We have, again, a right to know what happened January 6th. I mean, is it going to be a threat to national security? Just come out and say what everybody knows and nobody's willing to say because they're too afraid to say it. You guys didn't want Trump reelected. This has nothing to do with anything else. Okay, so get rid of all the background noise here and just focus on really what this was about. This was about making sure that Donald Trump didn't get reelected prior to January 6th. And on January 6th, making sure that he didn't protest the results of the election, which he has a constitutional right to do. No, people don't have a right to storm the Capitol building and be violent, and those people should be charged accordingly. But who exactly, again, I'm going to ask this question because this is not being asked in the media, except by people like maybe Tucker Carlson. Who exactly are these people we saw at the Capitol building that were rioting in these altercations with police? Were they Trump supporters? Were they ex-FBI? What groups did they belong to? What social media threads were they going on to days prior to January 6th? How come nobody's asking that question? And why were you people at the January 6th committee editing video of Trump saying, we're now going to march peacefully and patriotically to the Capitol to make our voices heard? When I saw that, I knew the fix was in. Now get this. Ray Epps insults you, the American public. And that's why I'm calling him out. Quote, we had a tour bus come to our home and our business with all these whacked out people in it, Epps told the committee. There are good people out there. After he says you're whacked out, he's saying there's good people, that you're good people. There are good people out there that were in Washington. Those aren't the people that's coming to our house. This attracts, when they do this sort of thing, this attracts all the crazies out there. Okay, let me go back and reread this statement. There are good people out there that were in Washington. Those aren't the people that's coming to our house. So maybe we should investigate who these other people are coming to your house, Mr. Epps, because maybe, perhaps, they're not necessarily Trump supporters. Maybe they were paid to be agitators. So, again, story at a raw story, by way of the New York Times, Ray Epps is demanding an on-air apology from Tucker Carlson. And Tucker Carlson should go on the air and say, no, I'm not going to apologize until your ass comes clean. Again, 2 years, Mr. Epps, 2 years to tell your side of the story. And I don't want BS. I don't want you hiding behind what you think happened January 6th. Tell your side of the story and be honest with the American people. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do. You can also follow me at Instagram, #JasonComposes, or go to Twitter, Cultural Confederacy, at CulturalConfed1 on Twitter. This is the Cultural Confederacy saying peace out. Stay safe, everybody. God bless this thing we call the United States. And you know how we do it here. This is where the past crashes with the present. I'll catch you next time.